What's up, guys and gals? Today I'll be talking about a nice supernatural drama, made well TV movie actually, which is a horror drama western theme to it, and it's from the year 1971, and it's called Black Noon. Now let me also mention something. There was another movie I saw before this. It's called School for Girls, and this movie also had an actor named let me say excuse me, Roy Dennis, right? And no spoilers who have not seen Satan's School for Girls, but if you're into the Satanic Genet movies and you know how they end usually, I say definitely check this movie out with Black Noon because I could say Black Noon could be a prequel to Satan School for Girls in my opinion, which is kind of interesting, because I never heard of this movie until today. And like I say, I can't get every horror movie. I try my best to get everything, but but it's amazing to see them later. You'd be like, oh wow, this movie exists. Um, this movie's about a preacher, right? And with his wife, they got stuck in the desert, hot desert. You think they're gonna die from the sun. You got a vulture running, walking. Suckling around, waiting for them to die. Suddenly, you get this old man, this tall guy, old man, and you got this beautiful blonde chick, right? Who happens to be a mute. So anyway, they decided to take the preacher and his wife to town so they could rest up. And the preacher mentioned that he has to go to another town to take over for a priest, who passed away. And so this movie don't have more talking, but then you have your mysterious supernatural moments, like when the blonde woman is a mute, and she starts having candles. She makes candles, and suddenly she makes a candle of the woman of a woman that looked like the priest's wife. So pretty right off the bat, you could tell who she is. Like she's pretty much a witch. And every time the priest and his wife trying to leave the town, something happens. And they end up staying longer and longer in the town. And also in this town, you get this guy in black, this cowboy, this villain cowboy that be holding the town like for ransom for asking them for their gold and money. And there's only one guy, you know what I'm saying? So the town kind of give this man the gold, and the preacher be wondering, how come you guys don't stand up for yourself, against this one person? And the guy who owns the town, pretty much, I would say, saying that they're a peaceful town, they don't believe in guns type of attitude. So it was kind of weird, So the preacher was like, okay. You also got scenes when the preacher started having visions about this man chasing him, you know. And of course, you know how I am, guys. When it comes to supernatural themed horrors, and I always have that nice ending to it. And again, usually this is kind of predictable because, like I said, you see a lot of these satanic genre movies. You already know how they end, you know. And I'm talking about the satanic genre movies with a story to them, like you know, you know what I mean, guys and gals. But let me just fast forward and tell you this: if you like to see something like days of early 1970s and a good supernatural horror theme, especially in the Western era, which we don't get enough Western horror usually these days. We get a couple of them, but not a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? I should definitely check out Black Noon, and also I mentioned Satan's School for Girls. When you check Black Noon, check that movie out after. As I said, this movie could be somewhat of a sequel to Black Noon, in my opinion. Because you do have the same actor, and the movie kind of plays out pretty much the same, I would say. Anyway, peace, guys. See you later.